Oh, huh. Funny finding you in here. I thought I was alone in the Swiss chard. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Paul here with St. Fiacre's Farm and Farmhouse Teas. We're back out here at the greenhouse today. A few weeks ago, we put out a video showing you our remodel and rebuild of the greenhouse. And today, I just want to bring you out here and show you what we got growing in there this spring. You know, just kind of make it look good. So come along with us and we'll take a look at what we got going on. Here's the center box that we need to work on cleaning up. So the goal here is to clean all this out and start some peas in it. Here I've got a side box. You can see my cinder block wall on the back here. We need to get it all cleared out, so that's step number 2 in our project. Down here, hazelnut shells that are pretty much toast. We got weeds and plants and stuff all growing in the aisles. Over here I've got a strawberry bed that I put in time, so you can see I got like sticky weed and grass. And back here on the back of my greenhouse, I got a table for potting things and material and stuff like everywhere. We're gonna get with it and see what we can accomplish. Here we go. Well, we've done a bunch of cleanup in here as we promised, so now we can actually show you around and show you some of the improvements we've done to the greenhouse over the last year or so. We cleaned up the aisles in here. We had weeds growing all over the place and our hazelnut shells are a wreck, so we scraped it all out. The aisles are all cleaned up. It's looking really good. My next project in here for this is going to be to put down some material and probably gravel or something to make the aisles more permanent. All right, so I wanted to show you some of the improvements we've made here in the greenhouse. And one of the big ones over the past year is this block wall behind me. About a year ago, we did this project and recently posted a video on it. So our greenhouse, when we first built it, was built into the side of the hill here. Well, over the course of like 6 or 7 years, the board against the back hill there got overwhelmed by soil, and not just soil but mud. Well, it rotted all that board away and the side of the greenhouse was caving in, so we were forced into doing something about it. So I decided I was going to put in somewhat of a retaining wall to hold that hillside up as well as support that side of the greenhouse. So we put in probably a couple hundred blocks here if I remember right, and it's working really, really well. I was worried about it being stable enough. It's very stable. It's holding the hill up good, and we don't have to worry about our greenhouse being overwhelmed. So as well, we put a drain underneath that block wall. There's actually a perforated drain underneath the block wall that goes down to this end and spits out below. And it's working really, really well, because previously this whole end of the greenhouse was soggy even through the summertime, and now it's as dry as can be. I don't have to worry about the water. The beds drain really well. The plants are much happier, so that's all working out really, really well. All right, so one of the last features that I wanted to share with you is the roll-up side on the greenhouse here. So this is one of the features that I really wanted if I was going to remodel the greenhouse, was one of the sides at least needs to roll up. And so we built that in right here. You can see how it works, and it's been really, really good. We went all last summer, which was really hot, with this side rolled up most of the summer. All right, so I'll take you around the greenhouse here and show you what we have going on, give you kind of a tour here of the other things that have been going on out here in the greenhouse. So here in the front corner, I've got oregano growing. This is a holdout from last year and I think the year before. Right next to the oregano, we've planted some spinach. That's all coming up nicely. Right next to the spinach, I've got kale. The kale's growing nicely. And then right next to that, in the same bed, we have a big bunch of Swiss chard growing. The same box, I've also got another patch of spinach. Looks like we can probably start eating some of this stuff. It's right there. Next to the spinach, we've got chives. Now this other plant, we've done some video on this before, but this is lemon verbena. And I know my wife's really proud of this plant. I think it's on its 3rd or 4th year here in the greenhouse, and we trim it back every year and it looks dead, like a dead stick, but then lo and behold it starts warming up and boom, turns into a giant bush. So we love this lemon verbena plant, and if there's any plant in the garden that smells like a lemon, it's this stuff. And we've got some rosemary, and this is another plant that's been growing in here for several years. It's a nice big rosemary plant, always smells awesome. I love to come out here and pull some off and smell it. It makes me think of pizza. Okay, moving to the back end of the greenhouse here. Once again, I got a strawberry bed on this side. I've talked about those strawberries. Here in the middle, we've got a box of peas. In addition to that box back there, I've got another box of peas right here that we planted maybe a week or so ahead of those. So these are a little bit ahead and also getting to the point where they're going to grow like crazy. Okay, so back up to the front of the greenhouse on the other side, underneath the roll-up side of the greenhouse, we've got this wild and crazy bed up here that my wife said, do not touch. Well, let me show you what's in this thing. There's like a half a dozen interesting things in here. There's a nice, beautiful sage plant. This thing's been spreading all over in here for a couple of years now. And once again, just nice sage smell to it. It's awesome. And then as well, we've had some flowers in here that have gone to seed, and so they've volunteered to come back again for us. So I've got a bunch of poppies that showed up in here. I've got calendula that's popping up all over the place. There's even a few bachelor buttons showing up here and there. And then there might be some echinacea. I'm just not sure. We'll have to wait and see what comes out of it. But this garden is really full. It should probably be thinned out or something, but I'm not touching it. I was told. I have some trays that I started a while ago. Bachelor buttons here. We use bachelor buttons in some of our tea. Back here I got some squash and pumpkins that I tried and killed. We have tomatoes that are basically, they're ready to go in the ground. And we also have peppers here on this shelf. Maybe a few, I think these are cabbage. I was hoping to have a good cabbage crop going by now, but the garden's been so wet I haven't really got them planted anywhere. We finally have some good weather here now, and so I need to get back to the garden box project I'm working on. And I know my wife is anxious to see that come together, so I got to get moving. I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you on the next one.
Don't forget to subscribe for more growing, creating, and sipping videos. If you enjoyed this video, you might also like this video here.